My name is Kellie Kreiser, and I'm the Executive Director of something called Thunderbird for Good at the Thunderbird School of Global Management. And my job is to oversee an initiative at the school that leverages Thunderbird's talents and resources to provide management education to non-traditional students, mostly in emerging markets and mostly women. I've really enjoyed the conference so far. It's been very adult. I think it's been very much embracing difficult concepts, innovative concepts. It hasn't shied away from talking about problems and failures. I've gotten a lot of information from this conference that I think is going to be very usable for me in my job and for my institution. So it was worth the price of admission. So I've met a lot of people here in the past couple days that I think could be really interesting to collaborate with, whether they're in other business schools or different organizations. So that I'm thinking will be very valuable. There's also been some really unusual ideas around how business schools can engage in kind of non-traditional programs and marketplaces. And I really think that some of the ideas, and of course I won't tell you which ones because I want to be the first to market, but I think they're going to be really helpful for Thunderbird, so I'm excited. We were the pioneers of something that is called the Business Oath. We have an Oath of Honor at Thunderbird. And actually, I think about a year and a half after we instituted it, Harvard instituted their own oath. So right now we're joining with a group of other schools through the Aspen Institute too on their oath project, which is kind of trying to find an industry standard around what an oath of honor should be for business students. And what's really interesting is it's something that is like the Hippocratic Oath for doctors, which is business is a noble profession, and business has the opportunity to do great harm and great good. And what do we as business schools expect of our students in terms of the role they play in societies going forward? And we think that having these discussions around an oath, as well as embedding these concepts into our curriculum, is really important for us to help play our part going forward in having business be a real role for creating peace and prosperity. I think there's a lot of people that maybe disagree with the idea of having an oath of honor for business professionals. And I think it's a valid point of view to talk about is whether or not businesses have a role in this. We, of course, think that they do. Our role, obviously, is to educate people, and not only on how do you do marketing and how do you create a financial document, but also kind of how do you conduct yourself, whether it's kind of understanding cultural sensitivities, or understanding the legal environment, or the role of ethics in business. So we think it's an entirely valid point of view to be able to incorporate this into our curriculum. Obviously at Thunderbird we're all about global business education. I mean, it's really everything we do. It's all we do. And we have a focus on emerging markets, obviously. This is where the future of business is. This is where the future of our world is. And this is where our students are interested in being. So we do a lot in terms of incorporating the emerging markets into our curriculum, into our cases, and also giving our students the opportunities to actually go to emerging markets and understand what the realities are, not just read about it in books. We also are bringing a lot of students from the emerging markets to sit in classrooms side by side with students who don't come from emerging markets. And that's a really interesting interplay of ideas between people that come from both sides to help them understand each other. So yes, Thunderbird is very much interested in the emerging markets.